Okay, boys and girls, here we are, Chapter 3 of Big Nate in a class by himself. Last we heard, Big Nate was in big trouble because he hadn't studied for a socials test that's coming up today. He was just trying to think of ways how to get out of it. And he thought of one. Yes, that's it. I'll skip school. I'll take the day off. I'll just pretend somebody just invented a new holiday. I'll, I'll, I'll stop right there. What am I doing? Nobody gets away with skipping school at PS 38. It's impossible. Why? Two words. The machine. Not a real machine. Like that funky looking thing the janitor used to buff up the floors. The machine isn't something you can see or touch, but it's there. The machine watches you and knows your every move. If you're not where you're supposed to be, the machine tracks you down. Here's how. The seating chart. Number 1. Teachers always tell you where to sit. They claim it helps them remember kids' names. Right. Like they even care what our names are. They really do it to keep tabs on you. One look at the chart and they know right away if you're not at your desk. Then the machine starts up. Number 2, the attendance sheet. Teachers write everything down. Who knows why? We're organized. You're control freaks. They fill out an attendance sheet in every class. If you're missing, a big red X goes next to your name. Congratulations, you're absent. The classroom helper, number 3. You saw a movie about bees in science. This big fat queen bee sat around in the hive doing nothing while the little drones did all the work. Sound familiar? Peel me a grape. Teachers are the queen bees. Guess who the drones are? I'm looking for a classroom helper to do a very important job. Ooh, ooh. It's always a suck-up like Gina who volunteers because she's so desperate to earn her extra credit. Good for you, Gina. I'm sure your career as a 6th grade classroom helper will get you into some fancy pants college. Take this attendance sheet to the front office. The front office. The engine that runs the machine. And right in the middle of it is the school secretary. Miss Sapolsky's not so bad. It's not her fault they make her keep track of attendance. I also don't blame her for all the time she says, Nate, the principal will see you now. She's fast for an old lady. She looks all over all those attendance sheets in no time. The second she spots the red X next to your name, she's on the phone to your parents. Nate isn't at school. What? There, you see how the machine works? See how efficient it is? You can't win. There's no way to beat it. That's my predicament. If I run off to the woods and hang out with Spitzy, it'll take about 5 minutes for Miss Sapolsky to fire up the dad hotline. And then summer school would be the least of my problems. I'd probably get suspended or expelled. Maybe shipped to some military academy where they slap a uniform on you, give you a buzz cut, and make you say sir at the end of every sentence. That's settled. Skipping school is out. I need to get a little more creative about this. What I need is excused absence. Excused absence means you go to school just like normal. You got a parent note saying you need to be somewhere else at a certain time. Bingo, you're free. Yesterday, Alan Olquist left halfway through science because he had to get a wart zapped. How lucky can you get? So long, suckers. Smell you later. So all you need to do is stroll to social studies with a note from Dad saying I've got an excuse. Let's say a dentist appointment. I'm off the hook. Genius. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. I don't have a note from Dad. I can take care of that. Right. Dear Mrs. Godfrey, please excuse Nate from social studies at 8:45 this morning. He has a very important dentist appointment. No, that's not going to cut it. That looks too much like my handwriting. Mrs. Godfrey will sniff that out right away. She may be loud and nasty, but the woman's not stupid. I'm going to make it look more like a grown-up sound, like Dad's. This is wicked messy. Well, it's not that messy. I can't read that. This is tougher than I thought it would be. I'm running out of time. Dear Mrs. Godfrey, please excuse Nate from social studies at 8:45 this morning. He has a very important dentist appointment. Hey, that looks like the real thing. Pretty convincing. Hello, excused absence. Goodbye, social studies test. All that's left to do is forge Dad's signatures. Forge. Dad's, let me think. Just for a second, let me think. Forge. Forgery. Yikes. Signature. Isn't forgery like a crime? Don't people get thrown in jail for signing the wrong name on a check or for using someone else's credit card? Well, listen, I'm no goody two-shoes. There's a desk in the detention room with my name on it, literally. But I'm not breaking the law. I don't want to get dragged on PS-38 in handcuffs. There goes the notorious Nate Wright, the identity thief. Yowza. Okay, this might not be such a great idea. Maybe I should just rip this thing up before somebody comes along and, hey, God! Oh man, it's only Francis. That's the downside of living next door to your best friend. He's always sneaking up behind you and invading your privacy. Not that I have anything to hide. What are you writing? Nothing, nothing. Okay, so I got one tiny little thing to hide. Nothing he asks, nothing I shoot back. It doesn't look like nothing. Why is he acting all Sherlock Holmes on me? Looks like a letter. Okay, I'll tell you. I was forging an excuse note to get out of today's social studies test. Long, awkward pause. Francis has a weird expression on his face, one of those half-smiling, half-confused looks. He's either judging me for what I just told him, or he's about to fart. What social studies test, he says. Oh, Francis can be such a moron. I got to remind myself sometimes how smart he is. The test I saw you studying for this morning. I wasn't studying for a test, he says. Then why are you reading your social studies books? Because I enjoy improving my mind. I was going to ignore this incredibly lame statement Francis just made and focus on what he just said right before that. So there's no social studies test? There's definitely not a test. I should know because I write down everything. She says, if you got a test, I would know everything. Review, I know, blah, 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 blah. Yes, yes, yes. Actually, Francis says, eyes getting all dreamy, I sort of wish we were having a test today. Mrs. Godfrey, essay questioner, so invigorating. Deaf. Sorry, Francis, but you start acting like the mayor of Geek Cities. My job to knock some sense into you. You're lucky I didn't nail you a heavier book. Bring. That's the first bell. Not exactly music to my ears, but that sick feeling in the pit of my stomach is gone. No test, no summer school. This could end up being a half-decent day after all. Tong. Got you back. Yep, things are definitely looking up. That's chapter 3, boys and girls. Join me again for chapter 4 of Nate in a class by himself.